Hello, welcome to a very long gap between Lucky Hit podcast.
Yeah, this is episode...
Must be like a year.
Yeah, something like that. The last one we did technically was the Fidcast in Halloween. Last year, so yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, not long enough a year.
This is episode 61 of the podcast, I guess. It's been a long time. I'm sorry. We're sorry.
Well,
a lot of time has passed very quickly. We didn't realise.
It really has. This year's been
even quicker than last year. It's scary. We're getting old. That's what happens. I think
so.
Yeah.
Basically, this is kind of almost upon request, really, that we're doing this again. Our good friend PC Wizard asked where are the podcasts at.
Yeah, he quite literally just added us the other day. Just go, where the podcast at? And I was like, oh yeah, that thing we haven't done.
We best do those.
Yeah.
So I'm Murry Curry, and I'm joined by let's go around the room.
Yeah, Johnny Noobhead here. How you doing?
Is this your first podcast?
Yes, first time on the podcast.
Oh, that's true, actually. Yeah.
Johnny Noobhead here, new member since about November again, I think.
Yeah, just after the last podcast.
Oh no, it was around about January time, wasn't it? Yeah.
Because the EAG and then.
That's right.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, before that, NES Classics. But then again, I wasn't technically a member then, but I'm
that's
now.
True,
so.
yeah. Full-fledged Lucky Hit member now, so this is Johnny Noobhead. Welcome aboard.
Hello.
Also the Gagaman.
Terrier.
And in the corner over here, drawing away, because she's got a lot of work to catch up on, is 5cm Prince.
Hello.
The
That sounded very sad.
dragged away from the desk.
We will very soon, actually, we'll be going into it quite shortly. In fact, no, I think we're going into it now, really, aren't we?
You might as well.
So why are you drawing? Yeah.
I'm making stock to sell at the Essex Minicon.
Right, so we are going to be attending our first con in a professional capacity. Very nice. We microphone can't see that. Apart from Gagaman here, who's done a few MCMs and
In the past,
Yeah,
when it was affordable.
when it was possible. Have you done other stuff?
I did a couple other things a while back, but it's been actually quite a long time since I did a convention. But
And you've done it as like a table, haven't you? With you've been doing commissions and stuff.
Yeah. This is also back when we were actually allowed to sell fan art, which we're not really allowed to in the comic village anymore.
Oh yeah, MCM's gotten weird like that, and
Really?
it's almost tripled in price since we last went
I know
as well.
that much, tables are ridiculous now, aren't
they want you to prove that your stuff's original. I don't know how they can prove that, but you know.
Yeah.
Google search.
Jesus, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So now it costs a fortune, and you've got to jump through loads of hoops. You can't just do fan art. I mean,
You're only allowed to do things that most people won't buy.
Yeah, but how is fan art illegal anyway? It's not. Is it?
Well, especially when you think MCM Expo, half of it is like bootleg junk anyway. Or you got this crap Totoro plush that's made out of like pubes.
I don't get that. I've never heard of fan
they've got
art
loads of
being
people.
sort of
And then you've got the
frowned
people that have
upon,
all those canvases, where they've just printed off other people's fan art.
Yeah,
it's a bit.
They're gullible enough to buy them.
Oh yeah.
Such bad quality, and they get teenagers to build them and stuff.
Yeah.
So right now that we've slagged off conventions.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
that's
just
probably-
taking me by surprise. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I knew it was expensive now. But anyway, so the Essex Minicon is a brand new con that's sort of sprung up.
I think this is actually their first one
That's
as well.
right,
it is,
yeah.
And it's based in London/Basildon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in Basildon. Yeah.
It was supposed to go ahead last year, but they got delayed somehow, and now they're doing it this year.
Right.
But it's all systems go for it. It's coming up very soon.
I think it may be you that put us on to that.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what it was,
I just randomly came across it on Facebook and just thought, hold on, there's going to be an actual Comic-Con in Essex. I mean, there's one up in Harlow, but that's far, far away for us, so we can't exactly get there.
Yeah.
It's far away, Essex.
So basically, because it's a new venture for them, tickets are super cheap. It's like a $5 to get there for the whole day, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
And what was amazing was the fact that you can have tables, and they want people to get tables, so they were quite easy to get.
Yeah.
And they were just like a tenner for 2 people to run a table. So you're basically you're paying for 2 people's tickets and basically getting a table for free. So I was thinking that's a crazy good deal, you know.
Yeah.
So and we've been umming and ahhing about doing this kind of thing anyway. So it's certainly the first time I've ever done anything like this. So we're going to have 2 tables for Lucky here. Myself and Varsity and Prince, we will be selling some artwork, which is why she's drawing away like mad at the moment. And where I would also... My main focus is promoting the channel. So we got leaflets, we got cards, and I'm also going to be selling a small selection of games. I haven't got a lot, but it's kind of like a bit of a test for me to see if I can do selling of games, because it's something I've been wanting to do for a long time, but I want to know if I'm any good at it. So we've gone out the last few weeks and we've gotten little bits and pieces, but I've tried to not just get any old tat, you know. I've tried to get stuff that would be vaguely interesting. But on the other hand, I haven't got a lot of money, so we're not talking about super rare stuff, apart from one item, which is a personal one of mine, which I know is going to sell in minutes.
It might,
Well, it should do, yeah. It's a game that's had recent interest again. I'll just keep that one on the bit hat.
Alright, fair enough.
Come to the con and buy it. But so, like I say, the main focus for my table is, for our table is that, but also Gagaman and Terrier have got a table as well.
Yeah, I've still got some badges over from previous cons. I've printed off some new prints. I've also got a collection of 10 Gagaman Cherry prints.
Nice.
Of like some of the thumbnail art from over the
brilliant.
years. So like, there's a collection of 10 of those.
That's really cool.
I've got some big prints done as well.
Do you know what would be really cool
like
one day down the line, because I would like to talk about this today as well. We're going to be going into Patreon very soon. We think it's about time, but I just need to get my finger out. That's the only thing that's keeping us sort of from doing it, really. I've been flagging, so to say, a lot. So as soon as I can get my Mario Monday content out, we're going to go ahead and launch the Patreon. And we're starting off with the Patreon quite slow with just a couple of tiers, and then we're going to add one later for like physical merchandise.
Possibly,
and a great one would be a little booklet of all of the thumbnails and stuff.
That'd be cool, yeah.
But also, there's a third table, isn't there?
Oh, yes. Nintendo South End will be present. We're mixing with the Nintendo Basden group as well.
Oh, excellent.
Yep.
So basically we'll be promoting Nintendo Players UK, which used to be Street Pass UK.
Yes.
Right.
So it's an independent community from Nintendo, and showing off a few games here and there for the Switch and 3DS.
Now these tables should be together, because we've been sort of requesting that, but we don't. I think we got it confirmed that we're together, but I don't know. I sent him an email saying, have we got together?
I've asked to be with Lucky a lot, so.
Oh, excellent. Okay, so we should. Those 3 tables should be right next to each other. So any one of our listeners who are Essex based, come on down and you'll see us.
Basically the place is called the President's Community Hall, and it's on Hoover Drive, SS 156LF, if you want to look that up.
We can put it in the description as well.
Yeah, of course, definitely. We can link to the Facebook page for Essex Minicon, where they've got the link to buy the tickets, because I think they're online. I think you can get them at the door as well, but they are doing online tickets. Okay. Yeah, it's like a $5. So, a whole day convention for a $5. You can't get that anymore anywhere. So.
And obviously it is in its infancy, so don't expect like huge things, but at the same time, these guys have been doing this for a couple of years now, so it's, it's not going to be amateur, if you know what I mean.
I think we've all been to enough conventions to know what to expect, but it's just going to be on a really small scale, because obviously it's their first one, and
but they need to start somewhere, you know.
Exactly. So
we want to help them out with that. So.
It's one of these things I like. I love it when we get on the ground floor of certain things, and this is one of them. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
Sort of like we grow with them.
Yeah, exactly. So.
It'll be
so.
I should probably just put the details as well. It'll be on Saturday, 5th of August, so it's literally a week away as we're recording this.
Yeah,
so it's quite soon, and it will be on from 11 a.m. till 6:30 p.m. So it's quite a long day. So
excellent.
So
I mean, really looking forward to it. Actually, quite a little bit nervous as well.
Oh yeah. It's been a long time since I've done a convention as well.
Yeah,
so
got to get our network faces on.
I'll find it somewhere. Left it under the bed somewhere. Yeah.
So we got art, we got some gear. I've got a small box here.
I might bring a few with me as well.
Yeah.
You know, we don't want it to look like a boot sale, but
No, exactly. Yeah.
So it'll be a mix of stuff. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have anything new, but I'm going to have a crack at selling some more of my prints that I had from 2012.
Wow.
So expect to see Rainbow fan art there, like, essentially.
Yeah.
And a bit of Earthbound.
Excellent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what else was in the news? the lucky hit news. I suppose I did mention the Patreon briefly, so we should kind of maybe talk about that. It's still we're still not 100%.
Yeah,
we've got a basic
planning
plan.
stages at the moment.
But I want to sort of do a bit of a video to sort of to showcase what we've done, how the channel's grown from looking really basic and crap to looking. I'm damn happy with the way the
less
channel.
basic and crap.
Thanks. But
thanks.
in all honesty, like even from the beginning stuff, I think we've got a body of work that I'm really proud of. Yeah, I love our videos from our very first ones. Sometimes I cringe at certain bits, right through to today. I really like our channel content. I'm very proud of it. So I want to showcase that, and I just want to sort of show in this little video that we've got a lot to offer. You know, we've got talents and we've got the ability to do it. It's just that little bit of extra funding can help the channel do so much more than it currently is. So
absolutely.
And moving on to if we get enough as patrons, isn't it? We can then start to move on to, like I say, physical stuff, which is another little dream of mine, to actually bring out things like DVDs and like posters and stuff.
Well,
that's been something
speaking of DVDs, I don't want to absolutely guarantee it for the Minicon yet. I don't want to guarantee it because it depends if I can get it done in time. But if not, it will still happen. Yeah. But basically, I've been working on a Gagaman and Cherry sort of best-of compilation DVD that has about 14 episodes on it. Nice. So it's going to be like a dual-layer disc full of episodes, basically. That's really I've managed to... it's almost done now. I just need to get the actual discs and burn them and make the cover and the disc art and all that kind of stuff. So I've got a week to do that. Oh, but Christ, if I get it done in time, then they will be available at the Minicon. Excellent. If not, then it's going to be later down the line. Right. But basically, it's got all 4 parts of Town With No Name on it. It's got both parts of Babysitting Mama, and then it's got a load of one-offs, including like Death Crimson, Girl Zone, White Fan Racer. Excellent. I just tried to pick like a mix of like I've even put a Bum for Barney on there from the current series, just so you got one from the new series as well. Yeah. So hopefully I'll be able to get that done in time. That'd be really cool. It's almost finished, like the actual designing it. So
it's obviously just getting the printing stuff that's the tricky bit.
Yeah.
Stuff. So
that's on its way.
Like I say, this isn't set in stone yet, but I just think it's worth mentioning because we are very close to pulling the trigger on this. Otherwise, I wouldn't even mention it. But we like to keep costs. We like to keep it quite low. So we have actually got a tier that's just $1. Most people would start at about 5, or some people even start at 10. But I just think $1. We don't need to be silly with this. $1 or more. But the $1 one just gets you access to the this little extra series I want to do. It's nothing major. It's just a small extra series that's a monthly vlog sort of thing. Yeah. And it's like a behind the scenes look at what we're doing. So what I like about that is it's an extra sort of push. The Patreon for me is the biggest push because I would hate to basically if you don't deliver what you promise when you say people you pay this much and I'll deliver it, then you basically rob them. So that is one of the biggest kicks up the arse you could really get for doing stuff. Yeah. It's like you're basically being a dick. This little vlog series, they'll be about 10-15 minutes long at the most. They'll probably be about 10 most of the time. And basically it's just like it will make me go out of my way to do something a bit more interesting with it each time. So it's not just, here's me in my bedroom, today I am working on this, I am editing this, it'll get really boring. So I really like the idea of giving me that challenge of saying like, I want to do bits where, I don't know, like I just randomly turn up at yours and you just go, what do you want? I just sort of barge you in and go, what are you up to? And you're just like, trying to do your washing up or something. That kind of thing. So that's just fucking extra $1. You get access to that little extra series. That'll be only available to patrons.
I mean, since we're doing this on a podcast, then we have hopefully some people listening.
Yeah.
You know, give us, you know, if you've got any suggestions of what you would like to see from our Patreon and what you would like to see us like offer, or what you would like, how, you know, whatever, then. Yeah, let us know in the comments, or
that's a
on
great
Twitter
idea,
or whatever.
And that leads nicely, funny enough, into the next tier up, which is like the sort of $5 tier, which is where you get access to the Patreon sort of feed. I'm still getting the ins and outs of how that works. But basically, once you become a subscriber, you get a feed that you can activate. It's kind of like a Facebook wall, I guess.
Yeah, it's like an exclusive one.
That's right, yeah. And so that's when you get access to videos a couple of days early, that kind of thing. It all gets basically just uploaded to Patreon's website as well as YouTube.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we can release videos early for you. And the whole idea is to get people, like you say, chiming in with that. So that's what the $5 tier will get you, And we can do things via the video podcast.
Yes, we need to. Podcast. We should probably mention that as well.
Yeah, that'll be our next. But basically, whether we do these just audio podcasts or the video podcast, basically, we will get people that are patrons to chime in with questions and stuff like that. We can directly communicate and get feedback and a little bit of back and forth going on between us with that kind of thing. So that's what the $5 tier would involve. It would be like a little extra content. Maybe we can upload some just like really obscure little clips onto there as well. Just things to give you that little bit of extra connectivity, And then basically down the line a third tier, which will be either 10 or 15, because we're talking about physical stuff, so this isn't cheap to produce, but we're going to be this is we're not going to release that straight away when we do launch. We're going to have to wait until we get more
this will be down the line.
This will
be down the line.
Yeah, exactly. And it will be, like I say, the thing I really want to do, which is physical stuff. I'd love to release like little podcast compilations on disc or pen drives or whatever. DVDs.
Again, whatever like people think would be cool. What they'd like to see.
And that is a bit of a dream come true for me. So I mean, just ask for it, because as long as I see the interest there, then I don't need much more of a push, because it's something I want to do anyway.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So I won't really go into any more than that, because that's about it really. We're still planning it. We've still got to do the video, and just keep your eyes peeled. We've actually got a couple of people that are really interested in doing it.
This is basically why we've even thought about it. Yeah. Well, we were thinking about it for ages anyway, but we've had a couple of people that were like, hurry up.
There's one guy in particular, he's incredibly supportive, and I just feel bad that I haven't got it done yet for him, but I won't name him in case he doesn't want to, but he's even gone so far as to message us privately and just say, come on guys, where's Patreon? My money will be yours. I was like, okay. I just I need to like I say, it's the main thing keeping us from doing it is me not getting my content out. That's it really. So as soon as I get on with Murray Monday's the next one, and then we got the thinking about videos, which I'll sort of just leave it at that for now. We've got a couple of thinking abouts, which is a little series that we started that I really want to carry on and do a lot more of those. And as soon as I've got those rolling, then I will pull the trigger on the Patreon, which I hope will be very, very soon. I'm talking like weeks, if not a week or so, So I'll shut up about that now. And we'll move on to the next question, which is about future podcasts.
We're doing this one as a audio podcast for now because it's the easy thing to do. But we wanted to put the feelers out for possibly doing video casts as live streams, if anyone wants to see that, and then we could have a little section at the end where people live chat to us, basically. And we could maybe...
What could possibly go wrong?
We could even it might be a bit ridiculous, but we could even have like a little Discord going on with people chatting. That would not go wrong whatsoever. But just have people like chatting with us live would be really interesting. So I'm just curious if anyone's interested in that idea, like if we should schedule like video casts every couple of weeks or once a month or something. Maybe do a bit of both. Maybe do some podcasts, some vidcasts.
See, I like that idea. We could do it like on a weekly basis, and it'll be on off kind of thing. That's what I hope. But again, we need people's feedback.
Welcome to the Lucky Hit group meeting. But now that's basically all the news for Lucky Hit at the moment. And I guess we could move on to what I've decided I guess could be our main subject. I wanted to just talk a bit about like gaming stuff that's been going on in Southend the last pretty much this last few months this year, pretty much.
Yeah.
Because it kind of feels like a lot of stuff's sprung up.
Yeah, especially
year,
in our
hasn't
local area.
Yeah, it really feels like there's been some stuff kicking off recently. I just thought it'd be nice to share that love in a way, let people know that might be in the area know more about this kind of thing, because some of these things are, just starting, and, the more people that get involved, the better, So, gaming in Southend.
Gaming in Southend. Okay, yeah, so where to start, really? Chronologically, I guess. What was the... what you did?
Dying, that's what I'm doing.
It's a bit warm in the
I
studio
would have
too.
thought the first thing would be like Elite
It
Gamer.
heats up in here, doesn't it?
Elite
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elite Gamer.
Yeah, well, I don't know if we've mentioned Elite Gamer on the podcast, have we?
Well,
We may have done before, yeah.
Well, we've done the live stream from there, so...
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
so
You've already name dropped it now, so you might as well just...
Yep, sure.
Let's carry on with it.
So,
yeah, it's been going since January of last year.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It was supposed to be like an esports arena, but it sort of didn't take off that way, and children's parties have been like the most lucrative of things there, so that's what they've gone with. But yeah, it's a nice place and all.
Yeah. Kind of, I don't know, it sort of reminds me of like when we had that. It's a very small era of the internet cafes being used for gaming.
Yes.
Those LANs. It gives me that kind of vibe. Which is
Definitely, yeah.
a bit of a personal thing for me that I loved that era, But it didn't last very long, did it?
No, it did. It was a bit of a fad, wasn't it? It came and went really quickly. I remember there was that massive place in the Victoria. Do you remember it?
Yeah. That's the first one I went to.
Yeah.
Me and my friends were playing Counter-Strike.
And
then we moved on to that
Breakthrough.
one that's like up in Westcliff. That
it feels like one of those again.
It does feel
it?
like the rebirth of that, but it's like this. It's more of a console LAN setup. A lot of Xbox Ones and like a section of PS4s with VR as well. And a load of 360s as well that are all connected, aren't they? Yeah, you can have
all the consoles are connected.
Yeah.
And they're all put up to the internet, so you can play Xbox Live whilst you're there. Yeah, it's just frustrating that it's just children's parties that seem to be like the main thing at the moment.
It's just getting bums on seats though, isn't it? It's just really tricky, I think the area is a bit tricky, isn't it? 'Cause it is next to a main station, which is a big help, but it's in the Westcliff area and it's on Hamlockall and not a lot. Yeah, supposed to saving grace is the fact it's right next to the station.
It's on a major road, but it's hidden. Well, not
a little bit,
way hidden, but it's right down the end of the high street, as it were.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
So further than anyone would actually go. So.
I'm all for this place. We've been in there. We're pretty much regulars, aren't we? Really, we've been to a lot of events there. We've been to like things like we did E3 there, didn't we? Last year?
We did E3 last year, and we did Game Blast there this
That's
year.
right. Yeah. So they let us like they come in and live stream.
Smoothest live stream ever.
That was great, wasn't
well,
it?
Except for the fact that the consoles wouldn't hook up to the
Yeah.
Other than that, smoothest. It stayed connected all night because the internet's really good there. So it was.
Sorry, our internet is not to your standards.
Our internet's a bloody joke here. Drops for hours on end.
This is why this is pre-recorded.
That's my concern about live streams. It's like it will go down and it will go down for like an hour.
Which is a shame because when it is running, it's really fast.
Yeah.
What's that snack food in front of you?
That's sausages. Would you like mini sausages?
I would like several mini sausages.
So I guess another thing we can claim that Southend has now that not a lot of towns can say they have is a retro game store. It only opened this year, didn't it?
Again, it was early this year, wasn't it?
Yeah. The Retro Hunter. I knew about these guys for quite a few years because I think they had an eBay shop and they were always at a lot of the conventions, including London Gamer Market.
That's where I.
So I knew them. So I knew them from there.
The guy because I got some bloody good deals off him. This was back when the London Game Market was possible to get good deals from.
Yeah, we won't go into that.
No.
Yeah.
Let's just not.
Yeah.
But, I got some really good deals, including Streets of Rage on the Master System, which is like one of my favourite games in my collection now. I just love that version.
Yeah, it's a really
cute.
it's just a really it's like a little chibi version almost, isn't it? Like everything's all
And unlike the
size.
Golden Axe one, it's a really good job.
Yeah, they actually
one
did a
was
really
just
good.
horrendous.
Yeah, that was awful.
And like he does really good deals for like sort of your basic range and your mid range games, but when it gets to the rarer stuff, it kind of gets up there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm still really like impressed that he managed to get like a full shop going.
That's
and
right.
It's
Yeah.
been actually doing pretty well as far as I can tell.
Yep, Addy's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
I wasn't part of the Retro Asylum podcast, but that's where I met him from.
Right.
And then basically kept meeting up at the Lee boot sale just outside the train station.
Oh, right, okay.
And there was a good game stall there, and we always meet there. And
Oh, I know.
I remember, yeah,
I know the one you mean. Yeah.
so that's how I met him, and I've supported him since day one, since the shop opened. So.
Yeah, he's basically sort of living the dream, really. Like having your own premise for like.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, as I was
it's
mentioning,
a really
earlier,
nice looking place as well. Isn't it? I think
It's
really
in
nice
Lee, which is like a prime area. It's very expensive to have a shop in that area.
Yeah, so he's done really well to keep it, like going. And
It's just, if you look on Facebook, like every day he's getting new shipments.
yeah, he gets
really
new stuff
good
traded
stuff.
in. Yeah, he gets stuff traded in. And some of the stuff he
It's
gets in
insane.
is ridiculous. You remember he just got that huge pile of PS1 and PS2 RPGs. It was like exclusively RPGs.
It was basically my wish list, but
Yeah.
I couldn't afford any of them because these were like the top range
the
games.
cream of the crop ones, yeah.
These are the ones
I
that
can't believe someone traded all those in. It's
I
just
know.
like, I've got this amazing collection of
Yeah.
PlayStation games here. I'll
What
just give
hell,
them in.
yeah.
That was like a life's collection,
Yeah.
pretty much. Everything you could think of. PS2 and 1, wasn't it? But if you wanna check out the Retro Hunter, and I'm sure every time I go in there, there's people that come down from London and all over the country just to see it, because there's something about going in a physical shop and flicking through the actual cases and looking at them and actually having all that physicalness.
Yeah.
It's something you don't really see much of down this way.
Yeah.
Like if you go up north, there's a few shops like that. It's quite you get quite lucky in places like Nottingham and that. You'll find a few nice little shops like that. But down here, there's next to nothing like that now.
Yeah, we haven't had anything major for a while now.
Yeah.
I remember there was a little shop in Lakeside Shopping Centre. That
Years and years ago.
Entertainment.
Yep.
Yeah, I loved that shop.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, we did have that
It's
other
been a
one
long
that was near
time.
Game Station, didn't we? That went years ago.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, we haven't had anything major for a long time.
Yeah, so it's really nice to have like another one of these kind of shops. If people want to check it out, it's at 1172. It's a long road.
Yeah,
London
very
Road. It's a very long road. So yeah, in Leon C, SS9 2AH. So if you want to look that up, and obviously if you look up, it's a bit of a longish walk from the station, but it's not too bad. Or you can just
Or
park
you can
there.
get a number one bus from.
Yeah.
That's not a problem.
They're on Facebook as well. So as I say, Ali puts up photos every time he gets anything traded in. So you pretty much pretty much know what he's got when they're there. So I pretty much know when to go. It's like right, he's got something I want now.
Even this week, he posted a picture of a I think it's a Master System steering wheel.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not a steering wheel, but
It's like that.
it's
Yeah,
two
he
sticks
had that
coming
with him at London Gaming Market as well. I was looking at it, I was like, what is this thing? I've never seen it before.
It's got this big, massive Sega
Apparently,
in the middle.
it's technically it's compatible with most games because it's just like a standard thing. But yeah, you can actually like pull it. He said he tested it with Action Fighter. He was really good with it, apparently.
Oh god, yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. Keep an eye out on them as well, and support retro shops because there ain't a lot of them around. There used to be some really good ones in London and that, and they're all mostly gone.
Let's keep this one around.
Yeah, we need some indie stuff. around.
We went to the opening, didn't we? And
yeah.
I managed to get some really good deals there as well. Like I needed to replace my original Grand Theft Auto on PlayStation because my copy's battered, and it was like £2. I was like, thank you very much. Same for Metal Gear Solid.
I got really lucky one time. He stumbled upon a box full of Sonic the Comics, like the old British ones.
Yeah.
He was like, he didn't even realise he had them. He was just like, I was just going through my stuff and I just found a box full of Sonic the Comics. And I was like, oh, they're all like mostly issues I'm missing. Okay. And just ran up there and grabbed a load. So yeah, that was really handy. I've only got one Sonic the Comic I'm looking for now. Outside of like some of the summer specials and the little spin-off ones they did. When I was a kid, I used to have a subscription sort of. You used to be able to like reserve comics in magazines in WH Smith's, and they basically just put your name on them. It wasn't like an official subscription with the magazine. It was actually just they would hold it in a drawer for you, and they'd pull it out of the drawer for you. But one of the only comics I don't have was literally because it didn't have the word Sonic on it. It was like a Knuckles summer special. It was just called Knuckles Knockout Special. Because it didn't say Sonic on it, they didn't reserve it for me. So that's one of the only ones I'm looking for now, and one random issue, and that's about it really.
Wow.
But he basically, and they're all mint as well, these comics he had, so I was really chuffed with that.
Yeah, I was going to say that as well. It looks like he really scrutinises what comes in, because
definitely.
every time I looked at it, it's been perfect. It's been immaculate.
He had, last time I went in there, I was eyeing up at the back. It's like, oh, you got a Mega CD 1 back there. And he's like, yeah, I can't get it to work, so I'm not putting it out yet. It's like, he's, kind of, he makes sure to refurb things and stuff before he puts it out, I believe. So
yeah, so like you say about living the dream, it's just I'm sort of testing the waters with doing this as well. I'd love to be able to make a little bit of a business doing selling games and stuff, retro and all that, because at the moment the way the prices are, I kind of feel like I can't do it anymore. So it's like if I can get involved in the buying and selling business, I might be able to kind of somehow get some stuff again. At the moment, I just don't have money at all. So it's like I can't even get moderately priced stuff anymore.
Yeah, no, it's getting weird.
And obviously, we know about the eBay epidemic, so there's no bothering with eBay anymore.
I guess the last thing we should talk about is something that's only just very recently started, like in the last couple of months, and that'll be Thumbs of Anarchy.
Ah, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. This is again local Essex-based thing with Bob, but he does it every 2 weeks, so we're talking sort of bi-monthly, I guess.
Yeah, fortnightly.
Is that right?
Fortnightly.
Fortnightly.
Bi-monthly.
I suppose it'd be 2 months.
Every other Thursday.
Fortnightly then.
Do you know, I once had an argument at my previous work. I said that something happened biannually, by which I meant every 2 years, and somebody went, no, 6 monthly. 6 monthly isn't a word.
6 monthly.
6 monthly is what they wanted me to
Okay, well they're doing this 2 weekly. And,
every other Thursday, Lee.
And this is the guy Tommy Charles who runs it, and this is like something he's been wanting to do for years.
Yeah.
And I met him at Elite Gamer actually. We got chatting away, and he said he wanted to do this thing, and basically it just harkened back to when how we met when we were doing these retro events where I was trying to,
many years ago.
like projectors with Mega Drives and stuff.
So good.
Yeah, basically it just reminded me of that. It's just like, oh man, I want to do that again. And basically his dream is to get a lot of people together to play multiplayer stuff, mainly these really fantastic indie games that may fall under a lot of people's radar. I know a lot of them, things I've heard of. I thought I was relatively savvy, but apparently not.
He's got some very good knowledge in what's a fun, massive multiplayer.
Yeah, he's really obsessed with multiplayer,
especially of the indie variety.
So like every time we go there, he says, "Well, you played this one, this from this indie company." It's like, no, we haven't even heard the company before.
Yeah.
No, he's really savvy on that stuff. But what really got me was when I was chatting with him. And he was saying, he pretty much went out. He just went out, bought a load of second-hand Xboxes, Xbox 360s, PS4s, fixed them all up. Pretty much taught himself how to fix all the controllers, make sure every single one of them's all perfect, And he he drags all the stuff to the location every time. He's always carrying the TVs there. And, you know, it's very much like what you used to do. It's almost exactly the same. The only difference is the TVs are flat now.
Oh, God.
They're not CRTs anymore.
No wonder I've got a bloody hernia now. I can remember carrying these great big bloody CRTs from like one end of Southend to the other. Basically, where I am now to the media shed. So we're talking like at least a mile and a half.
Yeah, that's very massive CRTs.
And that was one telly at a time because I didn't have a car or anything. And like, and basically I would keep as much of the stuff in this location as I could. But I was doing a lot of voluntary work with this group called the Media Shed, and they had like a big warehouse, and I could keep some stuff there, but not a lot.
I remember we did have a good discussion on the podcast before.
We did, that's right. Yeah,
we were talking about how we met.
And I've really missed doing those. I'd love to do them again, and it's kind of like he's sort of living this dream, but in a slightly different way. It's not retro stuff. It's like it's indie.
He's looking into that though, isn't he? He said he wants to. He's thinking about doing like a Nintendo themed week and stuff like that. So
he has actually approached me for that. So
cool.
Things are happening.
So as you say, it's going from strength to strength. I mean, when he first started, it was located pretty much just behind, sort of near where Elite Gamer is. It was at the back of like a charity shop near there.
The funny thing was, he didn't actually know Elite Gamer was there.
Oh, okay.
The first time he did this Thuns Valley. And basically, between his test night and the first Thuns Valley, that was my retro night. So that was the first time I actually been an Elite Gamer.
Oh, okay. Oh, right.
So might be. So I mean, how many? There's been about 4 now, wasn't there?
Yeah,
I've been along to
maybe
2.
4 or 5. Yeah, I've been to most of them. I think I missed last week's. I mean last term's, but like all the I've managed to go to at least 3 of them so far.
Yeah, and each time there's always like totally new selection of games. There's just that many indie.
He really obsesses over what he picks. He says he has a whole pie chart and he tries to make sure it's all, he tries to make sure the games are not too similar to each other, and he hasn't used it already once before. He's very particular about what games he picks.
Yeah, there's a lot of work has gone into these events.
Yeah.
And they're just great fun, and he's just moved now to a new location he is a little bit out of the way, but
it's not too bad.
It's a nice big location.
Oh, it's much nicer,
Manoeuvre.
Yeah, it's the St Edmunds Hall.
Yeah, St Edmunds Community Hall.
Yeah.
Which is, we may have to put details up because it's
again, he's got a Facebook page and he puts up event pages so you can see all the details for each event he does. But it is basically every other Thursday.
Yeah.
I think the next one's on the 3rd of August. So
that's Plus, he's got a special co-op night. The next one afterwards. So rather than everyone battling against each other, is getting everyone to play with each other.
Because that's one thing that he's been sort of championing as well as massive games. The ones where you have like 8 players and stuff like that. He had
what was the last one? I was playing as Rick Sanchez.
Oh, Game Beasts.
Game Beasts.
Yes. We had to finish with that last week because
that was
the game we wanted to play was really playing up with the controllers. It was a real shame because the game we wanted to play was really cool, but unfortunately we couldn't get it working properly. We only had 4 at a time instead of 8, so we ended up just playing Game Beasts.
That's a game I won.
Yeah,
it's really good. But yeah, £5 for a night, and you get a raffle ticket included, which.
This is a new thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
They just did last week.
I have to say, Tom Charles, you are genius for this.
Oh, it's a really good idea.
You should explain this. Yeah.
Well, the best way to describe it is basically he's got a padlock on a big chest. It's like a big loot chest, and at the moment there's I think there's 3 items because he adds 1 each time. And basically what it is, we all get a raffle ticket when you come in. And it's a 3-digit, and one of the raffle tickets will be the combination for that week. He'll figure it out once he's got all the tickets. Yeah. And he'll go off and go in the car park and fiddle with the lock and make sure it's one of those combinations. And so basically one person gets called out, and then they'll read out the ticket and do the combination. So the chances of it actually being one are quite slim because there's one person.
Extremely slim. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like 2 times the draw, isn't it? Really. Yeah. If you think about it. But basically, if you open it, you win the lot, and each time you don't win, something else gets thrown in. So, I reckon...
You kind of don't want anyone to win for ages, don't you?
By the time there will be a winner, you'll probably have a lot
Eventually it'll be so full that you can't shut it anymore, and then you can just get in it.
It's just like peeking.
He did say, actually, if it happens...
It's just full of
thievers. He's just going to get more chests, basically.
Oh, God. Wow.
And he hasn't said what's in it, but he said that it's not, it's not crap. It's good stuff. It's
okay. Nice. Yeah, and that's included as you...
Yeah, so that's part of your $5.
Yeah. Nice.
It is the best value by far.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good deal. One thing I've really liked about it, what I've found is I go there and there'll be a couple games I recognise, and I kind of don't want to play those because I want to try all the stuff I haven't played, because I've discovered so many games from doing this. There's a lot of games that I knew about but never. I was like, oh, that looks interesting, and I'll play it eventually. But then I played it there and gone, okay, I need to get this now.
Yeah.
Like Nidhogg.
Yeah.
I played that at the first one I went to, didn't we?
Yeah.
And I'm obsessed with that game now. I've been playing that online ever since. Like, I love that game now. It's become like one of my favourite Steam games.
But I never really.
Yeah, it was sitting on my backlog for ages. I was just like, I'll get around to it eventually.
I hadn't heard of Nidhogg until we watched it on 8-Bit. Go 8-Bit.
Oh yeah, of course they had it on there, didn't they?
So yeah, they quite endorsed that.
Yeah.
They do a bit, don't they?
Yeah, it's even in the intro in the top corner. You see the little Nidhogg guys like jousting in the corner. But yeah, I've been obsessed with that game ever since. There was a couple other games. Shuffle Puck, was it Cluster Puck 99?
Oh, that was so good.
It's like 8-player. It's
that
like
game. How was that for an icebreaker? There was a room full of people that were kind of,
on the first one. Yeah,
we were kind of getting on. We were just like, well done, that kind of thing. But then, like, that game just made us all start screaming like we were all like proper good pals. We were all jumping up and down.
If you haven't heard of it, it's basically like a really weird football game, I guess.
Yeah,
but you're like these
much.
Little like pucks, and you just have to you grab the ball and sort of throw it around. But then the level designs are just ridiculous. Like there'll be levels where there's just like bouncy things everywhere and spikes that pop you. Yeah. And it's just the level we played that night was like a labyrinth, wasn't it? It took us forever just to get to the goal. And we would all just pop and then just respawn, and it was insane. And I remember at one point I got so excited that I spilt the Coke all over the floor. Yeah, that was a really special night. That was fantastic.
Yeah, it was so good because
that was there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
What was great about that was until that last game, we were sort of, I don't know, like when you're in social situations, you kind of put up a little bit of a wall, don't you? If they don't mean to.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad,
No.
It's just we weren't quite communicating as much until that game was on for 5 seconds.
Yeah,
and
that really
up
did
and
it.
down, shouting at each other.
Oh, that was so good. Yeah.
That needs to come.
Probably
back.
one of the best games to come out. And then about a week after that we played that, the Steam sale was on. It was 89p. So I had to grab it.
99.
Yeah. That ain't no cheaper.
10p cheaper.
10p cheaper. That's like 10p I don't need to earn from Steam cards. Selling
that's
Steam
2
cards.
Steam cards right there.
Yeah. So yeah, absolutely, definitely championing Thumbs Up Anarchy. I really, at the moment it's doing pretty good, but I'd like to see it get bigger.
I can see.
At the moment, they're in the sort of like the back room of the said Edmonds Hall, but he says if it gets bigger, he is allowed to have the full hall.
Ooh, yeah.
So if it gets to that point where it's going to be like a whole hall, it's going to be amazing.
I'd love it if it did.
Yeah, I think if he keeps it going and it gets more people involved, it will get to that point.
Yeah,
and
I think
can hold on to that location because that location's much nicer. Yeah, the previous one was good, but like this one's. It's a better shape for getting people around the TV. The other one was quite narrow, wasn't it? So
it was like a long room.
Yeah.
So keep your eye on that because I can see it going.
If you're in the area and you want to meet some people to play some multiplayer stuff, this is definitely.
And we're pretty much.
I'd say one of the
ways.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah.
At least one of us is.
Yeah.
It does seem to be that case, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If Tom's not there, I'm there. If Aaron's not there, Tom's there.
Yeah. Basically. So yeah, that's basically all. just wanted to go into all that stuff, give those guys a couple plugs. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah,
there's stuff going on in this town again.
Yeah, there actually really is.
I should probably just
quite
mention
nice.
quickly as well that the Alex pub tend to do a lot of stuff now.
Oh,
don't
yes.
they?
yeah.
Every Monday.
Yeah.
Blimey.
Nice.
They've getting
I
some stuff
think
going
the
on.
next major one is Tekken 7.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
yeah.
That's coming up next week.
So it's the Alex pub, which is on Alexandra Street in Southend-on-Sea, and they do gaming stuff, like you say, every Monday, and they've been doing all kinds of big tournaments lately with things like, did they do a Smash Mouth? I think they might have. They've been doing Street Fighter,
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye.
What's big at the moment?
Splatoon? Did they do Splatoon thing?
I did
You did
Splatoon.
Splatoon.
We should mention this stuff too.
Yeah.
We should let you
Let
you plug your.
Nintendo South End have been at the Alex a few times now, and judging by the feedback that I'm getting from the people that go, they really like it because the tables have PowerPoints.
Yes.
So we can play as many games we want all day long, not worry about batteries.
And they're very they're very supportive there, aren't they?
Yeah. In fact, one of the guys there, not Aaron Callaway, that's his brother, Anthony Callaway, who runs the gaming nights on Mondays, he's basically said to us, "Hey, you want a big TV? Plug your Switch into it." There you go.
Yeah.
Which makes things a whole lot better. And going by what from what Nintendo want to see, they want to see people just basically looking up at the big screen, being happy, and then seeing all massive game going on.
I've managed to get to one of them so far. I was really pleased with it. It was brilliant.
That was
we played we played Mario Kart. We played Bomber.
And one where we played Puyo Puyo Tetris as well.
Yeah, we played a load of that as well.
And
that was
5
fun
frames a
playing that
second.
drunk.
Well, Bomberman, it was so weird going on with that Bomberman game, wasn't there?
Eventually got going, but
it took a while to work. I don't know why.
Yeah,
there was a lot of players going on. The game had trouble.
It's hard to run Bomberman, alright, it's difficult. It's hard stuff. Konami are not used to making games anymore, it's difficult. they're just getting back into the whole making video games thing.
That's the point, that's another staple of Thumbs of Anarchy, Bomberman on the PS3.
Yes, they had Bomberman Ultra, yeah.
So,
Excellent. So we just loads of stuff going on in this town now.
Yeah, I'd say our town's doing pretty good for like social gatherings. For
I'm getting out again.
There is something for everyone out there. If you just want to play multiplayer games, Nintendo games, or even retro games.
I think it's gaming. It should be this. It should be a thing. It really should.
Well, I always say it's inclusive, and I get really annoyed with I won't get into it again. I've mentioned it so many times on podcasts, but it's like any form of exclusivity really.
I don't like it.
Just like I'm not a big fan of things like esports for that kind of reason, because it just encourages this exclusive, like elite sort of thing going. I just don't like all that myself. I know there's an appeal for it, but it's not for me. So for me, it should be inclusive all the time. It's gaming. You should be able to.
No matter what skill level you have, no matter what if you've never played like many games before, you just jump in and just join in.
Exactly.
And
I just love these events.
What's great about gaming? What's supposed to be fun about it?
And I love all these gatherings that challenge the old misconception of gamers being like loners. It's like every gamer I know and I'm friends with, we all want to go out and go to places. We want to go to conventions. We want to go to gatherings. We want to meet people and have fun. We don't just want to sit on our own all the time. That's the popular misconception from fucking dinosaurs. So it's nice to challenge that and do stuff.
All of my most memorable gaming moments have always been multiplayer. Have always been like that long ass session we had with Micro Machines, or that 10 hours on Smash Brothers when that first came out, and he went, "Congratulations, you've played Smash Brothers for 10 hours." It's like, stuff like that. Even going back to my childhood, some of the best ones were like me and my mate playing Monkey Ball through the night, and just multiplayer stuff, And I'm not counting online because I've never really been a big fan of online, but like local is just my favourite thing.
That's my thing. I'm a big fan of online with strangers. You know, I don't play online with friends, but just don't find it remotely as sociable when you're with a stranger who doesn't talk to you. They're just like, oh, let's just do the mission, or, you know. It's like, oh. So yeah, like I say, I love gaming being inclusive, and I won't have any of this, oh, you're a casual gamer. Oh, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, just let people play games and discover them. You know, some people haven't played many games. Yeah, you get some people. If you can
imagine such a thing.
Oh no! Oh, yeah. How dare you not know this game?
But, I've been to events that I've enjoyed, but there's always been that one person. Like I went to one of those DDR meets. It's like, I don't play DDR, so I went on it and I was dreadful. And this guy came up to me and went, oh, you can't even do this level. I was like, oh, fuck off.
Oh, God, don't get me
started. No, I can't do this level. I'm not very good at it. Sorry.
Fishing.
We'll just get off.
Don't get me started.
You're having to go at me for not being good at fishing. Ooh, cat, look at me, I can fish. Ooh, it's so easy. Why do you have to fish up your bum?
Is this like smoothly transitioning into what we've been playing?
We are.
Yeah, it is, actually.
I think we
nice segue.
Nice segue.
Nice angry segue.
We've been playing shoving fishing up your bum, apparently.
Oh well, let's go into what we've been playing lately then. I've been playing a lot of Stardew Valley.
There we go.
Where I put fish up my bum.
That's a weird game. I don't really.
It's a game that's been on my radar for a long time. I keep seeing it all over Steam, and that's where it was. I think that's where it got its fame. With Steam, and it was coming out on consoles, even coming out on Switch. And
will be.
I always saw the trailers, and I always mutual friends who have played it. I've gone, you haven't played Stardew Valley? It's like, oh, not too. And basically, it's like a one man's love letter to Harvest Moon, and it couldn't be more on the nose. It's just straight up Harvest Moon. It's ridiculous, but yeah, like it's. I'm actually going to have to say it's tops Harvest Moon, and this is a guy who loves Harvest Moon.
I have heard a lot of people really praising this game, saying similar things. So
when you get all these games where people say, "Oh, it's freedom, you can do what you want." This is one of the closest games to something that's delivered that. You literally can do whatever the piss you want. If you want, you
can shove fish up your bum if you really want to.
For instance, you can do like most of the game without bothering with crops. You can make your money off of mining or fishing or foraging, just selling crap that you find on the floor. You can if you want to, you can not bother with the farms.
Oh, okay.
It is very, very, very free and very. Another thing people say is it's very relaxing, and it is. You can just I think it was a couple of days ago. I didn't realise what the bloody time was. I was just sitting there, just at peace with the controller, just quite slumped. And before you know it, the sun's coming up, and I'm thinking, you twat.
In the game or in real life?
I haven't done that in a long time. Being able to just play stuff and just get lost in time. Unfortunately, I've been doing things where I've been grinding, and I'm very aware of the time. I've been doing this for so long. GTA 5. That's the other game I've been playing.
GTA Grind Theft Auto.
Grind Theft Auto online. I've been trying to get money. I've been trying to get my my underground bond layer built. You right there?
Yeah, just trying to sneak out. See you later.
So I've been playing a hell of a lot of that. I think Johnny Newpen's off to the toilet.
Thanks for that.
If you're trying to be subtle.
To be fair, I can't but I'll hold out.
I'm worried because you've got a drink in your hand. You're going to pass out and spill it.
I'm trying to drink it.
So, I've been playing lots of GTA 5 online, and there's nothing really much to say. I've mentioned it in the past. It's just
grind,
money.
I need to buy this plane or whatever.
Yeah, that's right. So there's been a bit of that, but no, these last few days has mainly been Stardew Valley for me, and a very small sprinkling of Overcooked because me and Kat tried to play it and it didn't really work so well. Me and Photo Prince, we tried to sit down and have a good session of it. Was it last night? Or the night before?
Yeah, no, it was last night.
And I've got two Xbox One controllers, but my second Xbox One controller's got a problem with the right analog stick, and for some reason that game uses both analog sticks. Oh no, it uses both because of the split controller thing. But even if you've got one controller each, it can still mess with you. So my right analog stick on the second controller is always sort of slightly pressing up, and we were just tearing.
You should mention the fact that you got the nice physical versions of both of these games as well, didn't you?
Yeah,
for the Xbox One.
We've just been sort of a bit sort of crafty, you know, checking out the deals and stuff. Basically, with me, I like collecting my games. I'd rather have a game on the shelf than a digital version. You know, I just.
Especially if it's a game you really love. It's nice to have that.
And I've been seeing for months, like I say, Stardew's been on my radar, but even more in the last few months because I saw it in Asda, probably near the start of this year. I saw the collector's edition of Stardew Valley, and it comes with like this really nice little hand-drawn map that's all charming.
Yeah, it's got a proper, almost like Super Nintendo like manual in it, isn't it? Full of beautiful colour artwork.
Yeah.
So like the menu you don't get these days.
No way at all. No, not in your AAA titles anyway.
No, you don't get anything in them.
Yeah,
disc if you're lucky.
And it also comes with the soundtrack on a separate disc. Now, usually when games come with a soundtrack, it's usually like a digital code or whatever, you know. So it's really nice to see that. I'm really chuffed with that collector's edition of Stardew Valley, and the version of and that was only £12 in Asda. I mean, that's great. What a deal for that. Yeah, because I mean it's £12 for a normal version.
I think that's how much it is to download.
Yeah, no, it's exactly that. And the other game, the Overcooked, we got the Gourmet Edition. That was meant to be £17 from Argos, but we got a few bits from Argos recently, so we got like a tenner off on our next purchase.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So we got that for £7, and it's the Gourmet Edition with all the DLC and stuff. So it's like, yeah, really chuffed. For £19, we got 2 brilliant indie games, and they're physical. So I'm really very over the moon. What a deal.
Yeah, really nice.
So yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Alright.
Did anyone else?
No, go.
There you go.
I started to play Hatoful Boyfriend again.
Oh, for crying
out loud.
The game where you date birds.
You're no longer allowed your turn.
Yeah.
And you know what's Ross' turn.
The floor is now mine. Thank you for your input.
Right.
Talk about budgies.
Yeah, like
Date birds. See, when you said birds, I thought you meant the London term birds.
No, actual birds. No,
like pigeons. Like,
pigeons and...
pigeons, one's a dove and one's like a fat, like finch sort of thing. And
I seem to remember from what I've seen of it, the finch is really creepy.
Yeah,
Is it the finch that cooks somebody and feeds him or something like that?
He's like some kind of strange... Yeah, he's like some kind of serial killer or something.
Yeah, one of them's a serial killer. And if you get friendly with him, he cooks somebody else that you like and feeds you him. Like you know, you go, ooh, what wonderful
I hope that's not a spoiler.
What wonderful roast you have made me. And he goes, it's...
Jesus Christ.
I never said it was a good game.
So I just thought I'd have a few rounds because I've realised how short it is and...
Have some nice Chianti and some fava beans.
So yeah, Hatoful Boyfriend was that game with the literal bird photos and it's like a very strange game. But like there was this one bit that made me laugh where there's a bit where you get a job in a cafe and you get a regular customer that comes in and he's a budgie and he's not just any old budgie. It's like one that my neighbour's mum had.
It's not just any budgie. He's your neighbour's budgie.
Yeah, it's my neighbour's mum's budgie. Yeah, mind you, she was a bit more lemony than like that one in Hatoful Boyfriend.
Didn't have that distinct little mark on its beak, so it's not the same budgie. I can tell.
Yeah, other than that, I've been playing. I also got a copy of Jade Cocoon.
Oh yes, of course.
That's brilliant. I had a little go.
That was one of the things you grabbed from a London Gaming Market last week, wasn't it?
Yes, and I was quite lucky to get that.
That was actually a really good deal.
I haven't actually got to the actual gameplay yet.
It takes a while to get going, doesn't it?
Yeah.
My favourite bit is when you put your name in and they call you by name and it just cuts out, doesn't it? It just goes, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
It's like a little gap between.
What did I put down?
I can't remember.
You mug.
Oh yeah, you mug.
Hey,
you mug. I'd love it if we got to the point where RPGs can actually do that. You put in the name and it just
like,
knows.
Fallout 4 does that.
It does, yeah. They've got like hundreds of names.
Oh, really?
It worked for me. I just
good. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah, but so what's it face also did that as well.
Facade.
Hey, Tom.
He does that in that, doesn't he? He goes, hey, Tom. Oh,
you know what? I would love to stream Facade some more. Like,
yeah, we need.
Especially when you can mod.
If you're a cat, you won't even get through the door.
Lemons.
You just said, I like watching people argue. His face just went from happy to when he slammed the door.
The screen goes dark and I'm like, oh, okay.
The words that does that is the word scum.
Yeah, did you say scum? You just
yeah, but you can mod the music in Facade as well as like some of the.
You can do a lot of the textures, yeah.
Yeah,
you can just sit there and just.
So you can put some person's like deviant art on the walls, or
this is my painting when he's going on about his artwork.
You can make a wallpaper of Willies.
Oh yeah, you can make it some sort of gay love, and he's like, "What do you think when you see this picture? It's a man embracing another man."
But they're like
melons.
What do you think? Go see on the wall.
No.
Yeah,
let's not do that.
I have a folder just for like Christmas music that I want to mod Facade with.
This is like bad Christmas songs.
Yeah, and also a Eurovision special. So
make a whole
start
Eurovision.
arguing, like a Eurovision song comes on.
Oh my god! So you can just go dancing Ladushka or whatever.
I can't believe
instead of live you tweet your thoughts about the current Eurovision songs into Facade and see how they react.
Okay.
Yeah.
The song's full of melons.
I'd love to do that. I just want to.
That girl's got good
I
melons.
just want to talk about Facade some more, but.
We need an excuse to muck around in Facade, is what you're saying.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh, but I'm done.
I'd like to put Visage fade to grey, so you got Visage and Facade.
Well, it's pretty much the whole evening fades to grey as you watch uncomfortably as these two people you supposedly known your whole life just argue and ruin their marriage. Do you know what? I kept going up to him going, what about that wine you said? Because he says really early on, I will get you a drink. And I'm waiting excitedly for my drink. The argument starts and I have no drink. So I go over to his bar and I'm trying to get myself a drink. I'm like, God damn, I need a drink.
Oh, leave it alone.
They keep coming back to me at some point going, what do you think? I said, I think I need a drink.
You think my wife's a curd?
I'm an artist trip, fuck you. That was a spoiler, but yeah.
All spoilers of Facade.
Yeah, games that's been out for ages.
What are you doing? How have you not played Facade?
Oh.
Okay,
Yeah, I bought myself a PS4 recently.
Hey.
Oh, well, then
So,
you have to put
as you
PS4
do.
Yeah, so
You're now officially in the I have all the systems club.
yeah, and a PC as well. I have officially too much money. But
No, you've got the spread of all of them now, so you can pick and choose.
I literally have
the
smorgasbord. I've got a like
just maybe stick to Xbox for the online
I've
now.
not heard of the release.
Oh dear.
I'd say just stick with Xbox for the online now. Did you see how much they've hyped
Yeah.
PlayStation Network? They've
It's
added.
even more than Xbox Live now.
Yeah, they put it up by a whole tenner
Yeah.
a year, so it's like 50 quid a year now, so 40.
It's like-
And,
And the thing about the
apparently,
Xbox is
a lot
also
of people
you
are
get to
saying the service is worse than the Xbox is.
Well, the games are by far, but this month, next month isn't too bad. We've got Just Cause 3 coming for the PS4.
The thing is, do you get to keep those though? I can't remember if you do.
I
No,
think
you
as
can't-
soon
you
as
don't
you
get to
sign.
So that's the
Either.
that's the edge with Xbox there, because you actually keep the games. Admittedly,
Well,
with the Xbox One games, you have to be online to use them.
Yeah.
But with the 360, you do get to keep those.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Bring those
360,
offline. Yeah. My lives run out at the moment. I can still play the 360 games, but the Xbox One I have to get that.
Set up again.
But yeah, it's unbelievable how much they jacked up the
I
price.
know. I saw that
Yeah.
just today actually. I was just like,
And people were going, oh, well, is it just a UK thing? Is it Brexit? And then they looked at Europe as like, oh no, they'll hyped up Europe as well.
Oh dear.
Well, the thing is,
Just hyped up everywhere.
Nintendo are bringing their own online system next year for £20 a year.
Yeah.
Which is
Wow. Okay.
But it's a Nintendo Online.
Yeah.
Where you have to have a mobile phone just to chat to people, you know?
Yeah. I hope they sort that out.
Yeah, it's
They probably
weird.
will.
Yeah.
What, do they think all Western Europeans are rich or something? Because they're not all rich.
Okay.
Are you allowed to like do adult talk, or are you? It's sort of like the £30 discount because you can't
They
say
put
the word
child.
Willy. Or
They child lock your voice
Willy?
as you say it.
We're watching.
Basically, if you want to do online chat on any Switch games, you have to have an app and do it through that, and then you have to somehow daisy chain your headset. They do like a splitter thing, and you have to have a headphone that plugs into both the phone and the Switch.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
The system's so cool in so many ways, but how can they fuck that up?
because it's Nintendo, they always have to find something. Friend codes.
I'm not even going to get into the whole how angry I got over Metroid Samus Returns. I was so angry about that. You know, when the first wave of pre-orders went in like 10 minutes.
Oh dear, I've got some.
All I can say is you wouldn't want to be in the flat when that happened.
Oh yeah, you got really angry. You just went quiet for hours.
Well, you were at work. You didn't see.
Well, I mean, no, because
Nintendo, people want to buy your things.
Yeah.
Make enough of them.
See, Nintendo, you've been in business for quite a while now. Do you know the concept of supply and demand?
That's how pre-orders used to be. It used to be so that you'd find out how many people wanted something.
Now it's supply a little bit in Crimea River.
Yeah, what have you been playing, Andrew?
I said I won't get into it.
Yeah.
I went into it.
Went right into it.
Right in
Upset.
You steamed into that like a can of beans. Sorry. Go on.
Right.
It's a joke.
And the Spears Classic. So
Yeah.
Crash Bandicoot Trilogy.
did you get that?
Insane.
I got it.
In 4K.
Oh
Did
god. Did you see one of that?
It was like that in the original game, though.
I did it in
What,
response
in
to the
4K?
one when he was in the bar with all the man buns, and I put he's a hipster. No response.
Ah.
Yeah, I could make a man bun.
Yeah, but you're not a man,
As
so
you
it's fine.
attempt to-
You're allowed to do anything.
If you make a man bun, it's just a bun by default.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
Doesn't have the word man in front of it.
Microphone saw that.
Yep.
So any has
Yeah.
not got a chance to speak.
Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah.
That's what it's
That's,
like.
that's my great.
That's what happens
that's
when
my
you're
great
the
debut.
newest person
Yeah.
in.
You got to just steam in there and tell
Yeah.
them to shut the fuck up.
Go.
Right.
Choo choo.
You started that.
I would actually pick Aaron's cans up and. Right. Crash Bandicoot Trilogy. That's good, but it's just as difficult as it was back in the day. This and the
Some
other.
people
It's
are-
harder. It's the Dark
Yeah.
Souls. No,
Yeah.
it's the Binding of Isaac of
it's-
things.
Grow up, people. Play some proper games from like the 16-bit era.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
Earthworm
ones where
Jim
once you
just
get game
rock
over,
hard.
that's it.
Yeah.
Earthworm
Never
Jim
knows
is
safe
harder
space
than
in my
Rayman, by the way.
Yes, it is.
What else? Yakuza 0.
Oh, you got that.
I've got it.
That's
Got it,
the reason. As far as I'm concerned, that's the reason to have a PlayStation 4 at this point.
I'm going.
I'm very
When's
tempted.
Kiwami coming out?
End of the year, I think.
No, end of this month.
Really?
Yeah.
That's soon.
Yep.
Bloody
Is
hell.
it this month or
They're cranking them out quick
August.
now.
August, right.
Yeah.
It used to take them like 5 years just to squeeze one of them out.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we might give you this game eventually. Here you go.
It's
With a
Sega's-
load of content cut out, but here you
Yeah.
go.
It's
But now they're
Sega's
actually-
top dog now, though.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Sega really
It's the guy from
turned a
Carrie.
leaf with...
Which one?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've really turned a
Hatoful.
leaf with...
Yeah.
With, Yakuza.
Now they're really steaming those out. Yeah.
yeah, they've announced... I think 6 is coming out next year.
I've still got to finish
Scotland.
2. I started right from the beginning because
I've still got loads of those to get on with. I've got 3, 4... what was that weird zombie one called?
Do you
Off the
understand?
End.
Oh, God.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever
That's,
heard of that one.
I love the Japanese name
Okay.
more. It's called Yakuza
Disney.
of the End.
Oh.
It doesn't doesn't make any of the end, not of the dead, of the end. Doesn't make any sense. There's two conversations going on.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hi.
Oh.
Hi, guys.
So I'm just looking at Cat's drawings.
What did you think of Yakuza 0?
I've got 2 finds to it, but it is very gripping from the start.
Hey. I'm like 3.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was the first one I played, and it's like, oh, I'm in a child like hospital or something for like 2 hours.
You get started. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Oh, God.
It was the blast of times.
You stupid monkeys. But I've basically been going around the shops and restaurants and the arcades.
Nice.
Come across Space Harrier and the UFO catchers and...
You know what, one of my
fun.
favourite things about that game is, do you remember how stilted Ryo Hazuki was in Shenmue? It was like, I will try this game, I will get on it. And then you get in Yakuza Zero and it's like, Space Harrier on! You like, get to the seat, there's like big whooshy lines, it's just like, get a fucking Space Harrier!
I saw a clip of him doing karaoke.
Oh,
Totally
he gets they get so into it.
That was it,
so
Judgment, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Judgment. You made Judgment 3 syllables.
Yakuza is probably the most Sega game that has maybe ever been made.
Yeah.
Like, it's got their weird quirkiness through every single
stuff like that.
That's why I just had to have it.
Yeah, it is
So
probably the main reason I eventually want to get a PS4, just to catch up with them as well.
So it's so you've been playing
Yakuza 0,
yeah.
Crash Bandicoot Trilogy, and Splatoon 2.
Yes.
So recently
So you've been quite successful on that as well.
Yeah.
It's alright,
I would say I'm a big fish in a small pond. Because I keep playing like the easy levels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
But it's so much fun.
Yeah. Would you say it's like an improvement over the first one?
Oh, definitely.
I heard a lot of things were fixed that were like little grievances in the first one, because I really got into the first one.
The single player in the Splatoon 2 is so much better than the first one.
Nice. I've been deliberately keeping in complete silence. I've been like keeping away from the single player stuff because I didn't really want to see it until I play it. But yeah, it's good to hear that it's even better, because I did actually really enjoy the single player in the first one.
The thing is, with the single player, it helps out the multiplayer because you can pick up like tickets and this and the other to play.
Yeah.
To get
You get like perks from it.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
okay.
then take it into multiplayer and it helps you out there.
Cool.
Especially, one of the meal tickets I've got at the moment gives me 50% extra like points, as it were. So I keep leveling up a lot.
Isn't it like the guy that was in the shoe shop from the first game? He's ended up losing his shoe shop job to some other crustacean.
Yeah,
he's working in like a little trailer thing, isn't he? Like selling his dead babies to you.
Funny, no,
may as well be. He's got like a little temporaries that look like they're him. So it's like, is he selling his babies?
He does remind me of Tom in Shenmue.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, he can't. Yeah,
Take easy.
they're killers.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he's a little bit like them. Yeah, I like Coffee Sean. I'm sad that he lost his job, but you know, he's doing alright, I suppose.
Yeah.
He moved back to America, didn't he?
Yeah, he went with Nozomi to Canada.
Oh, right. That's a secret ending I didn't know about.
Imagine that Shenmue Splatoon crossover.
Shen.
Shenmue.
You have angered the gods.
The twinkly gods.
I'm talking about Chevy. I've got to put. I took a screen cap from Stardew Valley that I've got to put on our Facebook.
Oh right.
It was. I forgot about it, but at the start of the game, it asks you like, "What is your favourite thing?" and you just got to put something down. I was like, I don't know. I'll put Chevy. And then later on, you get these fruits. They're just like, again, it's really Harvest Moon on the nose. You get like the special apples in Harvest Moon that put up your max stamina. And yeah, you get that. It's called like a star fruit in Stardew Valley. And I got one, and he does this big dramatic thing where he throws it up in the air and eats it. He goes, and he goes all like crazy. And you see your energy bar like improve. And he just goes like, "You ate a star fruit. Your mind is filled with thoughts of shit." I'm going to put that on the Facebook later.
Nice. You should put Morrowind. Constant thoughts of Morrowind.
Your mind never left.
Shut up. Why is Stardew Valley telling me this?
It's trying to tell you something.
It read your Steam library hours or something.
So, is that, I suppose that's plenty, really, with those three titles.
Yeah.
I know the Yakuza games have got content out the wazoo now.
Yeah.
They can be quite big games if you definitely...
Even the first one has got a nice amount. But,
apparently, Yakuza 6 has got the entirety of Virtua Fighter 5 in it. Yeah. Like, one of the previous ones had Virtua Fighter 2 and it had like online play, you could actually play against other people and stuff. I was like, oh, that's really cool, they squeezed in the whole Virtua Fighter. And then they've just gone and put 5, like the last one, in the next game. It's like, what? How have you got the room? I know they're using Blu-rays, but bloody hell.
Jesus Christ.
Let's just chuck all our games in here. Yeah. Ridiculous. Amazing, man.
Okay, so what have you been playing?
What about you, Aaron?
I've been playing all sorts, really. I've been mainly playing stuff on the Sega Saturn and on Steam, actually. I don't know if anyone spotted it, but I think it was last weekend. I don't know if you heard of a game called, I think it's pronounced Jotun?
No.
They were giving it away for nothing.
Really?
Because their next game is just coming out and they wanted to basically advertise that. But yeah, it was on my Steam wishlist for ages. And they just gave it away.
Jesus.
You'd think whenever they put stuff up on Steam at the weekend and they say it's free, it's usually free weekend, isn't it? But that was just straight up free. It's like,
what?
Yep, okay. So I played a little bit of that the other day. It's a really beautiful, like top-down 2D hand-drawn animated sort of like hack and slash thing. It's mostly boss focused.
Okay.
I got a little bit lost at the start trying to figure out where to go, but like. I haven't been able to beat the first like actual boss yet, but yeah, really stunning little game. I love. You've only got like 2 moves. You're like this Viking lady with a massive axe. Right. You've got like a normal hack, and then you've got like a charge thing. But I love the little noise it makes because you sort of hold it up and you can sort of spin around to aim it while you're holding it up, and it sort of makes a little bing noise and then you smack it down. That's really satisfying. Yeah, absolutely beautiful like 2D animation. They've got a new game out that just came out. I've forgot the name of it now, but it's literally on the front page of Steam at the moment. Really gorgeous 2D animation. I haven't played a lot of that yet though. Okay. One game I have been playing though that I got in the summer sale, it was half price, but it was only £2 to start with, right. So I got it for £1, and I wouldn't have even known about it unless I was just looking at some of my friends' wish lists, right. And I just saw this one, and it was described as Diner Dash meets Pac-Man. I was like, right, I'm sold. It's £1. I'll give that a go. And I started playing it yesterday, and I instantly fell in love with it. It's absolutely brilliant. It's a game called Carrie's Order Up.
Right.
Yeah, it's literally this game I don't think many people have even played because I've only been playing it for a couple hours and I'm already 159th on the leaderboard. So that tells you how few people have even played it. But yeah, it's just like this game made by like a couple people. And yeah, they're right, it is essentially Pac-Man, but you're like this crab girl in like a crustacean based like restaurant is kind of SpongeBob. It is basically SpongeBob, like in terms of like the premise, but like you're like in a so basically customers walk in and they start walking around the aisles, you know, like the lanes, like Pac-Man, and they all get into seats and then they order something, and you've got another character up the top on the desk like bringing in the dishes of the food, and you basically got to pick the food up, take it to the customer, and then they obviously eat it and walk off. Yeah. And then you can pick up the dirty dishes and put them in the dishwasher while you're on the Pac-Man grid.
Sounds like Overcooked now.
Yeah, a little bit. But it's a bit more simple, and you don't actually have to like prepare the food or anything. It just like gets brought in. But you're basically just managing the dishes back and forth. But you also have to avoid the customers as they're walking through the aisles, and you can't like bump into them. You've got like a twirl move that lets you sort of like twirl past them. But you can only do that so much, otherwise you'll trip over, and then you can like bump into people and smash the plates, or if you twirl past them, like change drops out of their pocket that you can collect, and you're basically just trying to make as much money as you can without making any mistakes, like not like falling over, or like when the customers order food, there's like a limited time and they start like ticking down, so you have to get the dishes to them quickly, and absolutely love it. Like it's quite short. You know, the story mode, I beat that in like an hour. But like, there's like endless modes for every level, and I really love it. Yeah, I've noticed there's a thing with Steam games where I know within the first minute if I'm gonna love it or not. And with this one, I just knew straight away. I was like, "Yep, this feels perfect. I love it. Like everything about it is really nice music, charming like sprite animation." Loads of things to unlock as you're playing through it and grinding, getting loads of money out of it. Of course you've got all the endless modes and leaderboards and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I've only put a couple hours into it so far, but it's already like gone into my favourites folder on my Steam already, because I know I'm going to be going back to it time and time again, I think. I've also been playing a load of stuff on the Sega Saturn, because I've been grabbing a few things from a guy I know in Japan who I've been buying from for years, basically. He's set up like a Facebook page now, and he literally just sells the stuff the second he gets it now, so you have to kind of jump on it the second he gets it. And he's actually been getting a couple games that I've been looking for years lately. One of them was a sequel to, I might have mentioned it on the podcast before, but a puzzle game series that only came out in Japan called Gussun Oyoyo. I finally got I think it came out in the arcades over here as Risky Challenge.
Okay.
But it's basically a puzzle series where you have this little... It's almost like a mix between Tetris and Lemmings. And you've got like this little bald bloke walking around, and you basically have to get him into an exit without him getting killed. And you like drop down like little Tetris blocks. There was a Tetris game that did a similar thing called Tetris Plus. Similar to that, but you're basically stacking blocks and he can climb up them, and like other enemies will try and kill him, and the level eventually drowns. Basically everything's out to kill him, and he's just like the Lemmings, he's completely dipshit. He'll just walk into any mistake, or he'll fall into a pit, or...
That does sound familiar. I may have seen that game before.
I've seen it around.
Possibly, I mean, none of them came out in the UK except for the one arcade one, and I think there was like a spin-off on the PlayStation that's really cool called Yo-Yo's Puzzle Park. But I had
like something I may have seen in an arcade.
Maybe, it could have. I think I may have even seen it when I was a little kid in like a holiday park or something when it was Risky Challenge. But there was a sequel to it on the. I've got the first one on the Saturn, which is pretty good. But then there's the one that I just bought recently, Zoku Gussun Oyoyo. It's supposed to be like the best one in the series. They made like 4 of them, 2 on the SNES and 2 on the Saturn. I've got one of the ones on the SNES as well. But finally got my hands on this one, and it is absolutely the best one in the series. It's got so many different modes in it. It's got one mode where it's kind of like Tetris, where you just have to basically get as high as possible, like with all the blocks, without him getting trapped and anything. There's no like enemies or anything. That mode's a lot less stressful, because the main game is so stressful. Even like the most simple of levels, he will just make sure, it's like he wants to die. He will just make sure he gets killed, and like enemies will just keep spawning in, and you have to make sure. What you can do with the enemies is you can like actually shove the blocks into them so they get crushed, and you can like crush the enemies, but certain ones they will destroy the blocks, and it's very complicated. There's a lot of things that can go wrong, and some of the later levels in the main mode are just ridiculous. They're just so horribly, cruelly designed. There'll be there was one level I was on yesterday.
Oh, you got to go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're recording quite late tonight, and Johnny Newford's got to get home from work.
Oh, okay.
Back up at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Oh, yay.
Well, thanks for joining us, buddy. We're actually right near the end now.
Yeah, we're pretty much.
Wrapping up. I hope to see you another time.
Yeah, hopefully I can last the whole podcast next time.
Hopefully we'll start earlier without all the bloody distractions. It's been a nightmare trying to get set up today. We've had
drunk kids outside and
drunk kids outside, my son acting like a drunk kid.
Are you sure we didn't lock them out?
Oh, they acted like a drunkard. Oh, I feel like
Rowdiness.
I guess one thing I could also mention when I've been like sort of buying a bunch of like Saturn games here and there recently of this guy in Japan is I've noticed it over the last couple of years. I've got this weird sort of fascination with like Western Japanese versions of Western games.
Right.
If that makes any sense. In particular, like American platformers. I've just noticed I've built up like this collection of like.
See you later, man.
See you later.
Bye.
Just picked up this. I've just amassed this collection of like random Western games. You know, last year I got my hands on like Die Hard Trilogy, the Japanese version, and stuff like.
What's it called in Japanese?
The same. It's exactly the same. They didn't even bother to translate that one.
Right, okay.
So some of the games they don't bother to translate. Some of them they sort of half translate.
Yeah.
Like I've got a few random platformers. I've got cheap like Gex and Bug, all these sort of like mediocre platformers that came out back then. But like with Gex, it has like the full FMV intro, and they've dubbed that into Japanese. But then the rest of the game they didn't bother.
Okay.
So all these quips in game are still in English.
Oh god.
But then there'll be games like there's that weird what's that car combat game I got, Off-World Interceptor or something like that. I think it was on the PlayStation as well, and it's got like live action FMV at the start, and it's all dubbed in Japanese, and it's just I don't know.
Wow.
It's really I don't know. There's something really fascinating and amusing about them. One of the ones I got recently was Croc. And you know how it was called like Croc Legend of the Gobbos or whatever over here, which is a weird name to start with, you know, Gobbos. Gobshites. But in Japan it was like Croc in Pao Pao Island or something like that. And the intro didn't originally have dialogue. It was just like a silent like cartoon thing. But in the Japanese one they got like this really high pitched weird Japanese voice narrating over it, but it's really compressed, so it's just like it's just weird little things like that. I think my favourite one I've got though is the Japanese version of Toe Jam and Earl on the Mega Drive. Because again, the game hasn't been translated in the slightest. Everything is still in English.
Right.
But in the manual, there's a full guide in the back translating everything that's said in the game. So you've got Japanese translations for jamming, bogus, doofus, you know, all these radical 90s words.
Jesus.
And it's all just like, they just put like a little translation guide in the back rather than actually translating the game, you know? And then, what is it, James Pond 2, Robocod, that's another one of my favourites. Because, for starters, the box has got really cute artwork, like all unique artwork, and the manual's full of like, sort of like kawaii anime-eyed versions of Robocod. It's really weird.
Jesus.
When you go into the actual game, you know he has his hand up and it's got like 3 fingers, like a cartoon hand. In the Japanese one, it's 4 fingers. Because I know how funny they are. They can be about like Yakuza and all that. And then they're also a bit funny about aunts as well, apparently. So
yeah, like Christian crosses.
That in Overcooked, it's disembodied James Bond heads from James Bond 3.
What?
Yeah, so they put like a sprite from a game they didn't even get in Japan, I don't think. Just his disembodied head as a life instead of the Christian cross thing. But yeah, the fact that they had to add a finger onto his hand, you'd think that means you get more lives. But no, you don't. No, it's just he's just got an extra finger.
So what? You lose like 2 at once or something?
No. I think he's got one of them down the whole time. But they've just drawn one on because the whole, you know, you're cutting off a finger kind of thing. It was a similar case with Rayman 2 on the Dreamcast as well. I've got the Japanese version of that. They had to change Rayman's belly to blue for some reason.
Well, the circuit, like the rumour was that Death was represented by the colour purple, but I think somebody on Tumblr pointed out that purple was just a villain colour.
They considered it a villain colour, so that's why they changed Rayman's belly to blue. But they only did it in that one. They didn't do it in the first one. So it's not. So you'd think that like weird censorship only happens over here, but it really doesn't. They do some weird stuff in Japan sometimes as well. So yeah, just weird. I thought that up for some reason. It was just on my mind.
It's interesting. Oh, there's more people shouting in the street. It's not even.
They're not even saying anything, they're just making noises.
Oh no, it's Saturday though, isn't it?
Oh, that's true, yeah. It's Saturday to be
Everyone's out getting pissed and acting like...
We're staying in here and getting pissed and acting like...
No, I can't, I ran out of bloody mixer.
So yeah, I think we're
yeah.
Yeah.
Just talking bollocks now.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm surprised how relaxed this was and how easy it was to get back into it. Actually, I was quite nervous at the start. Been such a long gap.
Fortnightly,
Yeah.
2 weekly.
Yeah, let's do it.
Bi-monthly or
Let's do
whatever.
it live though.
Let's do it live.
Yeah, if people want to see us do live stream podcasts,
It is possible, although
It is-
my internet provider's a bit of a tit. But
yeah, so we might have times where we schedule something and then we might have to do it a couple hours later, depending on.
But it will happen, basically.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that works.
Maybe
Ooh,
don't
bums.
get me drinks.
No, they're good.
Cat
Good
is drawing
bums.
bums.
I
Oh,
got
she's
bored
drawing
drawing anime girls. I wanted to draw a bum.
Well, draw a bum then.
I drew a bum.
Well, draw a bum then.
Just judging me for drawing bums. It's a tasteful bum.
No,
Bum for bum.
right.
So,
So, thanks for joining us again.
Yes, and thanks PC Wizard for actually sort of like
endorsing
kicking
it.
our
Giving
asses
us a
seem
little
to
kick
get.
up the
Yeah,
bum.
we kind of need that once in a while, you know. Just like get us back into it. I'm
Yeah.
glad we did this because it has been a long time.
Yeah, so am I. I've been getting in a big slump lately because I haven't been getting on with stuff. So yeah, this is good. This is helping.
Yep. So yeah, thank you for joining, and I hope to come back in a couple of weeks to do another one.
Bye.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah. So
Bye.
yeah, so I've been the Gagaman.
I've been Murry Curry.
I've been Cherry Terrier and drowsy as all hell.
So I see a prince over there. And Johnny Newhead. No, he went. Johnny Newhead has left the building. So thanks very much for joining us, and bye.
I'll read the same pet.
Yep. See you later. Now we're just fucking stupid noises.